So I've got here on the workbench, as I'm working through all the items that I purchased in my lawn and garden lot, I'm coming across a common problem that I figured I would make a video on, just in case people are having common problems with these items, because every one of them that I've pulled out of a box, I've pulled out 4 of them so far, and they've all had the same problem. And I've noticed that this one seems to have the same problem as well. These are Hyper Tough 3.2 amp 17-inch hedge trimmers, the ones that sell at Walmart for $29.88. I'll probably get between $20 and $25, hopefully, whenever I resell them. But reason that this one got returned, says it was locked up or down. And I want to take this out of the box and I'll kind of explain what it's doing and how I've at least been able to fix them so far, and hopefully I can fix this one as well. And hopefully if you've got the same problem at home with yours, you can fix yours as well doing this method, granted as long as the electric motor's not burn up. So let me get this thing out of the box, plug it in, and I'll show you hopefully what it's doing, at least according to this receipt. So I got it out of the box. It's not doing exactly what I thought it was doing. A lot of times you're going to hit this, if the tines are locked up somehow, you're going to hit this over here, or you're going to hit the throttle, excuse me, and it's going to bump, and you'll hear the motor trying to turn the tines up there, and it's just going to be binding up. You'll just hear the electrical noise. This one right here is in a little bit different situation, but kind of still the same thing, and I've got to use the similar or the same fix on it as I have the others. If you can first off take a look at the tines, this one right here really hasn't been used much at all, if any. Guy probably got it home and it was malfunctioning, and probably, or man or woman, got it home malfunctioning, decided not to use it. I've run it a couple just to test it before I put it out on this video. If you look right here on this side, all the tines seem like they're pretty smooth. When you look underneath there, pretty smooth, no wear. If you look on this side, you'll see the top side here. You'll see some wear, especially on these 2 tines right here. These 2, and then this one a little bit as well. Almost looks like this one got damaged in transport, which wouldn't surprise me because these are just your value hedge trimmers, so wouldn't take much to break them probably. But I guess for $30 you sacrifice a little bit of quality, but it seems like they're okay trimmers. I haven't trimmed anything with them yet. Anyways, if you look right here, I don't know if we can, let me turn it on its side, hopefully it'll stay. Let's look right here. Now if you see, let me get the camera at a decent angle for us. Yeah, you can see it right there. So if you look at that tine right there, and then we come over here to this one's still looking pretty good. Come over here to this one, you see how bent up it is? And then the next one right here is bent a little bit too. These are pretty easy to bend back. I'll just give y'all, I don't want to mess it up too bad, but I just want to give y'all what it sounds like. It's going to be really loud, so just hang tight for a second. So you hear that metal on metal contact, and that's not good. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear just the electric motor, smooth contact. You don't want to hear metal on metal. I'm just going to take some pliers and bend these back away from the top tines there, that cut. And that should be the fix for this. So let me get on the bench and we'll take some pliers and bend them back. So I got myself some decent sized pliers here. We're going to pull the bottom tine back. What I had been doing with the others is that it seemed like when they were binding up and locking up, the top tines were the ones that were binding up against the bottoms, and the bottoms weren't really bent. But these 2 right here are bent, and we're going to bend them back. It's also recommended that you kind of look down each of the smaller tines there, the cutting tines, and see how they are in relation to the bottom tines. Same thing on the other side. If you see that they could potentially be binding up, that's probably where you're going to be binding up stuff at. And that will cause the increased load on the engine there. You don't want to burn that out, and more wear on the tines themselves. So that's kind of what I've had to do with the first few. This one right here, I've got to bend these back, the big ones on this side. So let me do that, see if I can set the camera down and do that on camera here. And you kind of want to eyeball it in relation to the other tines, because you don't want to get too far away, then it won't cut very well. So, but you want to be, you don't want the metal on metal though, so kind of have to be vigilant in how you bend them. Bend that one a little bit too. I think I'll bend this first one down just a little bit more. A little bit too much. Again, they don't have to be perfect, but you want them pretty close. So let's actually take this over here. You can see before I do that, they're a lot straighter now. Those are the only ones that were binding. So I'm going to take it over here and see if it's any better. Alright, so you remember that loud metal sound when we first started here. Let's listen to it now. But after this has been fixed, I will say that it's been fixed. So listen to it. That's how you want the trimmer to sound. They're just barely grazing across each tine there, to give you kind of the perfect cut, so to speak, on your bushes. Again, this probably goes for most brands of these hedge trimmers, but the Hyper Tough in particular, again, they're just a value hedge trimmer. They're not designed to cut trees and stuff like that. Sometimes I try and cut big branches with my hedge trimmers, which is probably why they're not in such good condition. But anyways, so far I've got countless of them here. This is the 5th one, and of the 5, all 5 of them have had problems with bent tines. So again, you might get this, you might get it home, you might hit something with it by accident and bend the tines, and you're thinking, hey, this is locking up. What do I do? Just take some pliers and bend it back. Such a simple fix, but all these got returned for probably that reason. So save you a trip to Walmart, and you can just fix them yourself, and hopefully they do well for you. So hopefully this video was interesting for you. If you do follow my channel, I mostly do lawnmowers, but I'm kind of getting into the electric and battery powered stuff. So check that out while you're here, if that interests you any. Kind of got a fix for a lot of lawnmower stuff as well. But anyways, common problem that I'm coming across with these Hyper Tough, I just wanted to share it with y'all, even though it's an easy fix. A lot of people will look on YouTube to find stuff. And so if y'all found this, thank y'all for watching. And if you find any of this stuff of interest, follow my channel. Watch some more videos. There's plenty out there. So thank y'all again for watching. Hopefully I'll see y'all in the next video with even more corded electric stuff here coming up soon.